Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road just erupted with breaking news, and the table does not lie. We are 18th in the drop zone, and just when you thought it couldn't get worse, a double blow from Italy just landed on Daniel Farke's desk. The headline? Two names. One is a Manchester United prodigy we are desperate to sign, and the other is a ghost from our past who is suddenly worth millions. The first payoff is right here. Juventus have officially entered the race for Kobbie Mainoo and Charlie Cresswell. If you are sick of seeing Nottingham Forest and West Ham leapfrog us in the table while the 49ers hesitate, hit like and subscribe right now. We are about to break down the 35 pounds midfielder rumour, the striker regret that is haunting Victor Orta's ghost, and the double raid that could sink our January plans. Stay locked, because the cliffhanger at the end involves a Spanish manager waiting in the wings. The situation at Elland Road is critical, and the vultures are beginning to circle. We start with the development that feels like a punch to the gut for every supporter who questioned the summer strategy. You know the reality. We are sitting 18th, 11 points from 12 games, goal difference of -11. And while Daniel Farke fights for his life after losing 6 of the last 7 games, Juventus, the giants of Italian football, have decided to complicate our survival mission. The name on everyone's lips was Kobbie Mainoo. We knew he was the target. Ruben Amorim has frozen him out at Old Trafford, 0 Premier League starts this season, and Leeds United were positioned to offer him a lifeline in January. It made sense. A loan, a fresh start, a chance to be the hero in a relegation dogfight. But here is where the story turns dark. According to Tutto Juve, the old lady of Turin sees Mainoo as the next Paul Pogba. They aren't just looking, they are preparing a pitch that includes Champions League football. How does a team in the Premier League relegation zone compete with the allure of European nights in Turin? It is a catastrophic blow to the recruitment team's primary January plan. But that is not even the most painful part of this update. Juventus want a package deal. They don't just want the midfielder we need, they want the defender we discarded. Charlie Cresswell. Remember him? The academy graduate Daniel Farke reportedly gave up on. The man sold to Toulouse for a measly £3.8 million just a few months ago in July 2024. Well, look away now if you get angry easily. Charlie Cresswell is absolutely tearing it up in France. Despite Toulouse losing recently, L'Équipe, notoriously the harshest critics in football media, gave Cresswell the only positive rating in his team. They called him combative, effective, and never caught out. While our defense leaks goals like a broken sieve, conceding 22 in 12 games, the boy we forced out is being courted by Juventus, Napoli, and West Ham. And here's the kicker that makes you want to scream. We have a 15% sell-on clause. If Juventus buy him this winter, we get a check, a small, insignificant check. Is that what we have become? A club that celebrates a 15% kickback while our former academy stars play in the Champions League and we rot in the bottom 3? This raises a massive question about talent identification under the 49ers and Farke. We kept the wrong defenders and sold the future. If Cresswell moves to Juventus in January, it will be the ultimate indictment of Farke's judgment on young talent. And speaking of judgment, the pressure on the German manager is reaching a boiling point. The fans turned on him at Elland Road last week. The chants were toxic, the atmosphere is broken, and now we face the reality of losing our top transfer target to Juventus because we divvied for too long. Do you think missing out on Mainoo seals our fate, or is the defense the real issue? Drop a comment right now. Do you regret selling Charlie Cresswell? Because looking at the table, that decision looks like a relegation level mistake. But if you think the midfield situation is messy, wait until you hear the rumours about a £35 million England international who just put himself on the market. While the Mainoo dream fades into the Italian fog, a new, louder, and much more expensive rumour has exploded across the back pages. The name is Conor Gallagher, the price tag is £35 million, and the source is Sky Sports. Let's look at the facts. Gallagher is currently at Atletico Madrid, but the dream has turned sour. 2 starts in La Liga all season. He is desperate. He needs minutes to keep his World Cup hopes alive under Thomas Tuchel. The report states that almost every Premier League club is monitoring him, and Leeds United are named specifically as admirers. On paper, this is exactly the kind of signing that saves a season. High energy, aggressive pressing, Premier League proven, a leader. He is the type of player who grabs a relegation battle by the scruff of the neck and drags you to safety. But we need to have a serious adult conversation about the finances at Elland Road because the 49ers are walking a tightrope. The report from Billy Myers pulls no punches. Leeds would be wasting precious time chasing this deal. Why? 3 letters that haunt every modern football fan: PSR profit and sustainability rules. We are maxed out. Robbie Evans, a finance expert, put it bluntly: unequivocally, we are maxing PSR out this season. If we had gone on to other targets, key players would have had to go. That is the cold reality. We spent everything in the summer to build this squad that is currently sitting 18th. To sign Gallagher, Atletico would demand a fee close to what they paid, around 35 million. Unless we sell a star player in January, and who is playing well enough to command a huge fee right now, this deal is financially impossible without a significant loan structure that Atletico might not accept. Furthermore, do we actually need him? This is the tactical debate. We have Ao Tanaka, a player the fans were excited about, who can't even crack Daniel Farke's starting 11 consistently. If Farke won't play the technical midfielders he has, why would the board sanction a record-breaking fee for another one? It feels like a distraction, a shiny object to distract us from the fact that West Ham and Nottingham Forest have overtaken us because they made decisive managerial changes while we hoped Farke would turn it around. Gallagher wants European football. He wants to play for a contender. Would he really swap the Metropolitano for a relegation scrap in Yorkshire? It seems unlikely. However, the link itself proves the board knows the squad isn't good enough. They are looking, they are desperate. But desperation leads to bad decisions. If we spend the entire month of January chasing a £35 million phantom in Gallagher, we miss out on the realistic targets that actually keep us up. We need smart recruitment, not Hollywood signings. The midfield engine room is sputtering, but is it the players or is it the system? If Farke goes, does Gallagher become more realistic under a new manager? That is the variable nobody is talking about. If a new manager comes in with a different pull, maybe the impossible becomes possible. But right now, with Farke at the wheel, this feels like noise. And while the midfield debate rages on, the real catastrophe is happening at the other end of the pitch. Because while we struggle to find a net, a striker we ignored, a player we could have had for free, is currently being compared to Luis Suárez in Brazil. And the stats will make you sick. This is the biggest what-if of the season, and it highlights exactly why we are in the bottom 3. If the defensive mistakes make you angry, the striking situation will make you weep. We all know the problem. Leeds United cannot score goals. We have scored 11 times in 12 games. That is relegation form. We brought in Lucas Nmeka. We brought in Dominic Calvert-Lewin on a free. The result? Misha has 3 goals, though he has improved slightly in the last 2 games. Calvert-Lewin, 1 solitary goal, 1. For a starting striker in the Premier League, it is simply not good enough. And now, the ghost of transfer windows past has returned to haunt the 49ers. Back in June, Sportsboom reported that Leeds were considering a move for Carlos Vinicius. He was a free agent, he was released by Fulham, he was right there ready to sign. We passed, we said no, we went for Nmeka and DCL. Where is Carlos Vinicius now? He is at Grêmio in Brazil and he is on absolute fire. 9 goals and 1 assist in his first 12 games. The Brazilian press, specifically Trivela, are now comparing his impact to that of Luis Suárez. Let that sink in. Luis Suárez, they say Vinicius is dominating games, physically bullying defenders, and finishing with lethal precision, everything we are missing at Elland Road. He is playing with a smile on his face, while our strikers look like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Of course, the Premier League tax is real. Scoring in Brazil is different from scoring against Virgil van Dijk, but Vinicius has done it in England before. He knows the league. And right now, looking at our goal difference of -11, are you telling me he wouldn't be an upgrade on what we have? It is a mystery whether he would have replicated that form in white, but the contrast is damning. It is another example of the recruitment team identifying a target, hesitating, and watching them thrive elsewhere. This failure has forced the board back to the drawing board. Leaks suggest the 49ers are unsatisfied with Nmeka, Pirro, and Calvert-Lewin. No kidding. They are now looking at Haji Wright from Coventry and Josh Sargent from Norwich, 2 solid championship strikers, but are they Premier League saviours? Josh Sargent is admired, but Norwich will demand a ransom in January. Haji Wright has pace, but is he clinical enough to keep a team up? We are reacting, not proactive. We are scrambling for solutions in January that should have been solved in July. The leaks confirm that the board knows the strikers are failing. They know Farke's system isn't creating enough clear-cut chances, and when it does, the finishers are bottling it. This is the definition of a crisis. We are relying on rumors of championship strikers to save us from relegation, while a free agent we ignored scores for fun in South America. It paints a picture of a club without a clear vision, stumbling from one window to the next. And the fans have had enough. The chants against FARC weren't just about results, they were about the lack of hope. If we don't sign a striker who hits the ground running in January, it doesn't matter who the manager is. We are going down. 3 blows, Juve raid, no cash for Gallagher, and striker regret. Leeds are in danger. FARC is on the brink. Like, if you want change, subscribe now. A new manager rumor just leaked. Marching on together.